zone, right? When the market opens, right, 9:30 to 9:45, we are waiting. Right, we are waiting. So the first 15 minutes does not mean anything, right? The first 15 minutes is like the market marinating. Right, you want to understand what the market's doing from 9:30 to 9:45 Eastern. So for those who trade the opening range breakout, I want you to understand that your opening range breakout is only as good as the area that you use it from. Right, I'm going to repeat that. Your opening range breakout is only as good as the area that you trade from. So if you don't have a level, or you're not trading with some kind of a weekly candle bias or some kind of absorption, you're wasting your time. So if we just take a look now, we just want to kind of understand where we are. So if we just take a look structurally, for example, let's just zoom out and take a look structurally, right? So this is our structural high up here, and this is our structural low down here, just like this. So what we can see here is if this is our 50% level, this is a discount. And so we want to be buying in discount, right? From this key level, right, up to 1, 2, or 3. That was the basic theory. So notice how I'm not just blindly trading opening range breakout. I see a lot of traders doing that, right? The opening range breakout needs to have some kind of rules or criteria. So the first thing is we're in discount. Now the second thing you want to look for is this, right? So we've tapped into our key level, right? Now we've come into our key level. What we are looking for is this, right? This is the weekly candle. Now for those who don't understand how a weekly candle forms, I'm just going to give you a quick lesson on this. So the weekly candle forms something like this, right? So the market will open, this is the weekly opening price, right? The market will head higher, create the high of the week, right? Just like it's done here, create the high of the week, and then we will of course crash. So these lows of the week are typically made by Friday. So on Friday, if we're below this weekly opening price like we are here, we want to see some kind of a retracement back to the weekly opening price, right? That's typical. So if you go back and back test, what you'll find is the lows of the week are typically made by Tuesday/Wednesday. So on Friday, we are trading back up to the weekly opening price. This is how the market works, right? 9 times out of 10, this is how a week actually forms. So if you can just understand this one basic concept, I want you to treat the weekly opening price like it's a magnet. Right, this is a magnet. And so the reason we want to treat it as a magnet is because the market will gravitate towards the weekly opening price. And so we can use this both ways. So for example, we had a key level here, for example, key level 4, I won't go down, I won't kind of break down how I got this, but key level 4 is a key level. And so we saw shorts down to the weekly opening price. And on Friday, we saw longs back up to the weekly opening price. So always have the weekly opening price on your charts, or at least in your mind, right? It's acting as a magnet. We want to be trading towards this weekly opening price. The weekly opening price is probably the most important tool I have other than order flow, which isn't obviously on this chart.